possibilities are opening up for scientific cooperation between countries.
2, 1, 0, 0. Liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Discovery, roger, go for deploy.
Thanks to you and to everybody in the shuttle program. The crew is go for launch.
Roger, nice to be in orbit.
We have followed in their footsteps to get us where we are today.
Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, this is the International Space Station. We're ready for the event.
Copy that. We're also ready to, so over to you.
Well, welcome aboard to the International Space Station and the crew of Expedition 63. It's an exciting day for us all as we bid farewell to our two friends and colleagues, Bob and Doug, as they complete the journey of this amazing test mission. It was roughly 2 months ago when we were right at this very hatch and greeted them aboard, and we changed from a crew of 3 to a crew of 5, and we executed 2 months of fantastic space station science and technical objectives with spacewalks and robotics that we're very proud of, and we're very happy to have Doug and Bob be part of that. We're a little sad to see them go, but very excited for what it means to our international space program to add this capability to bring people back and forth to the space station in low Earth orbit with another capability such as the Crew Dragon. Before I hand the mic over to Bob and Doug, I do want to make mention of this very special flag. It has deep space history, getting deeper, as this flag will return to Earth with the Crew Dragon guys and spend a little bit of time on Earth and very soon make a trip to the moon in short order. So, Doug, the flag's all yours. It's been a pleasure, and here you go.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for this. This flag has spent some time up here, on the order of 9 years since we dropped it off on STS-135 after it flew on STS-1. So very proud to return this flag home and see what's next for it on its journey to the moon. It's hard to put into words just what it was like to be a part of this expedition, Expedition 63. It'll be kind of a memory that will last a lifetime for me. Just all the incredible teamwork and accomplishments, with the highlights obviously being the 4 spacewalks that we worked together literally as a crew of 5 to have success and to complete that part of the upgrade for the International Space Station, which leaves it in a great posture for the future. The other thing to think about for us is our mission isn't over. The DM-2 test flight is in some ways just 2/3 complete. We did the ascent, the rendezvous, and the docking. We completed our docked objectives, and now is the entry, descent, and splashdown phase after we undock, hopefully a little bit later today. So we're going to be really focused on completing those objectives. The teams are working really hard, especially with the dynamics of the weather over the next few days around Florida. And we appreciate those efforts because I know those decisions and that work isn't easy. And of course, for the men and women of the Commercial Crew Program and SpaceX, all the work they've done to get us to this point where we're on our way to completing this test flight. It's been a true honor.
As Doug mentioned, we're part of a test mission that began 2 months ago with the initial success of launching from American soil, bringing launches of astronauts back to the Florida coast. I'm extremely proud to have been a part of that. We've accomplished the next third of the mission, which was our time on orbit and checking out Dragon while it was docked to ensure that it would be ready for the next launch of the Crew 1 astronauts as they head to space station for an even longer stay. Now, as Doug mentioned, we're about to embark on the final portion of the journey. I've referred to some of our SpaceX friends as the hardest part was getting us launched, but the most important part is bringing us home. And so I look forward to the test objectives of not only separating from the International Space Station smoothly, but then coming down to a nice splashdown off the Florida coast to come full circle with bringing that capability to launch astronauts again to the United States. As I look back on the mission that we've had here on the International Space Station, I'm proud to have been a part of much of the science activities that happened over the last 2 months. As Doug and Chris mentioned, the spacewalks and robotics activity. Chris and I were able to join the 10 Spacewalk Club, which is a pretty neat thing that, just a few short months ago, I didn't think I would do another spacewalk, and to now have the chance to have done 4 more with Commander Cassidy was just icing on the cake for a wonderful mission. And as I look forward to heading back home for the splashdown, I do think that from a family perspective, my son and Doug's son are really excited not only to get their fathers back, but to get our Apatosaurus, our zero-G indicator that they nominated to go with us on this historic mission to the International Space Station, and bringing that to launch and return capability back to the U.S. And so for Jack and Theo, Tremor the Apatosaurus is headed home soon, and he'll be with your dads. You'll have to pick which one of us is your favorite.
Speaking of historic moments, we were reminded fairly recently that we're about at the 45th anniversary of the Apollo-Soyuz test project, and which, of course, was also the last time a U.S. spacecraft splashed down rather than landed on land. And it's kind of neat to have that mission that exemplified the teamwork between Russia and the United States, of course, back then the Soviet Union and the United States, but now Russia, and to be able to share this expedition with Anatoly and Ivan, the tremendous amount of teamwork that they have put forth over the mission has just been exceptional, and we can't thank them enough for their contribution to the success of Expedition 63 and the DM-2 test mission. So, Ivan and Anatoly, thank you.
It's been our real pleasure to share the station with the Endeavour crew. Bob and Doug, thank you very much for being part of Expedition 63. 2 months have passed very quickly, and today, with the weather being favorable, it's time to close the hatches. As you relatively short but very eventful mission is coming to its end. We have no doubt that your return to our planet will be as successful as your launch was. And we wish you a safe flight home, gentlemen.
I'm glad that the Endeavour crew has been with us for 2 months. It has been great and interesting time, and I wish you guys a successful return to the Earth. And just say hello to the Earthlings for us.
Well, that concludes our ceremony. Thank you very much for joining us on board the International Space Station. We have a few more activities to do in the day. These guys are about, 10 hours or so from closing the hatch. Between now and then, we've got a little bit of downtime to rest, and then kind of after dinner, we hit the ground running with all the pre-hatch closing activities and the actual undocking itself. So please stay tuned and join us for that. Until then, thank you and all the best from the Expedition Crew 63.
Station, this is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes our event as we count down to 20 continuous years of humans living and working on the International Space Station.
Thank you all. Station, we're now resuming operational audio communications.